better smile brightens more than just your teeth. Colgate Optic White's unique.
What is goodies, gang? Hey, gang! What is goody, gang? Hi! Hey, guys! Hi! Hi, guys! I'm back from my vacation and my concert. I'm happy today. I'm really happy. We are going to be playing. We're gonna be playing a game called We Become What Behold. Sounds fun. Wait, I gotta look up something. What? Oh my god. What is the rating for We Become What? Oh, Behold. Okay. So we'll be good to show this on YouTube. Just want to make sure. Do you guys like what I did? It's like all brown and it's. Oh, I commented on this. It's all like brown. You guys like that? I like it. Yeah, sure. You can tell me anything. You stopped. Oh! You stopped watching that for this. Oh yeah. Worth it. Yeah, totally worth it. Yeah, you definitely should have stopped. Yes. What is it, vid?
Don't you know?
Pharaoh and peace. I have no idea what that means. Okay, let's play this game, gang. I posted a new short for once. Okay, we'll check it out later. Okay, oh guys, I am going to actually be making a YouTube video. It's gonna be a live stream. It's gonna be my first IRL live stream. I'm gonna try the top 10 Lunchables, and I'm gonna try them and rate them to see which one's the best. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are playing We Become What We Behold. Let's go. I haven't played any of this. Warning, guys. Warning. The following program contains scenes of blah, 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 and mass murder. Viewer, guys, just read this really quick. I cannot word today. Just read this. If you are uncomfortable about any of these things, just turn off the stream. We'll only be playing for a bit. But let's go! I stopped watching analog horror. Dude, wait. Have you seen? You have to answer this. Have you seen? Whoa. Point and click. Is it like? Oh, nice hat. Oh, they're all wearing the hats because they saw that it's a nice hat. Oh, pictures of the lovelies. Gross, get a room. Damn. Nah, they embarrassed. Wait, so I'm like a news reporter. Crazy guy. Have you watched, the Pines Woods? Whoa, damn, why are you screaming? Have you watched the Pines Woods? Because it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, you need to watch it. It's the best analog horror ever. Okay. Crazy square attacks. Oh no, he's scared. Oh no. Oh. Circle. Fierce squares. Damn. You love it? Oh, nice. I am 11 and watch Squid Game should be fine. Yeah, you should be fine. I watched it. Whoa. Oh. Square, stubborn circles. Oh, he's mad now. Oh, he mad. He mad now. Oh. Wait, we gotta wait. Oh, there we go. Wait, I like this. I like this. This game is fun. Oh, they're mad at each other. Wait. I need like them screaming at each other. Square hates circles. Weirdo. Oh, you gotta catch them yelling at each other. Okay, okay. Okay, we have to catch them yelling. War fight? No, no, no! They're just mad at each other. Square hates circles. I gotta catch them, like, yelling at each other. Almost everyone hates everyone. Oh, they all hate each other. No, that's not good. Yeah, Owen Square, peace, 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 peace. Everyone hates everyone. Oh no. That's not good. Oh, there's a Top Hat Guy's back. Aww. Hey, Top Hat Guy. What? No! Top Hat Guy! No! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He's a criminal! He's a criminal! He's a criminal! He's a fugitive! They're fighting! They're fighting! No! No! Peace! 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 No! No! My village! My village! My village just fell apart! My village! My village! My village! My own fucking village! They turned and just what? They were my people! That's why I'm crying! They were my peoples. Should we play it again? Should we play it again? I wanna play it again. I wanna play it again. Oh wait, there's a second version. So we can finish this one and then we'll play the second version. Okay. Gang! Nah, that low-key scared me. You clipped that? Oh no. You better get me screaming. Okay, speedrun, guys. We become what we behold. Speedrun. Boom. Ooh, nice hat. Okay, now what? Look, look, look. You ready? We're gonna find the crazy guy next. Crazy guy, crazy guy, crazy guy. Crazy guy. Crazy guy, crazy guy. Crazy guy. Or no, we have to get the lovey-dovey's. Dro Skiddaroom. Okay, they're embarrassed. Now crazy guy comes. Crazy guy. Yup, crazy guy. Oh wait, we gotta wait for him to yell at someone. Yup. Speedrun. 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 Okay. Oh, he's scared. Oh, sorry. Damn, a cricket. Damn. Okay, guys. This is the speedrun. This is the speedrun. You gotta catch him doing something interesting. Okay, so. Okay, wait, we're speedrunning TS. We're speedrunning TS. God damn. What are these nerds doing now? Damn. Oh shit. Sorry. Okay. I like this game. It's fun. Get the cricket? What do you mean get the cricket? How do I grab the cricket? He's nowhere. He's nowhere. Circle. Okay, it's square. Okay, now we need now we need square hating on circle. The hate is low-key massive. I don't know how to get the cricket. I don't know how to take him. Almost everyone hates everyone. Dude, we're actually speedrunning this. We are speedrunning TS. Now we need the protesters. Get the cricket. I can't get the cricket. Oh! I got the cricket! Wait! I gotta get the cricket. I can. I actually can. Cricket! No, cricket! Yeah, I got the cricket. Oh, there's three! There's three now. We got crickets vlogging in. Okay, that's too many crickets. Okay, I forgot the speed run. Everyone hates everyone. Take a boring take a yeah, I just did. Top that guy. He's gonna no, not him. Okay. Hats ain't cool no more, haven't you heard? Damn. Take off the Glocky. Oh my god! People, be scared, be angry. Oh my god! Yo! Gang! Wait, it's slowly backing up. Gang, this is actually terrifying. Imagine being one of the citizens. Why am I low-key giving them weapons? God damn. That was a W game. Okay, now we are two. Okay, apparently there's a second one. I don't know how to do the second one. Is this the second one? I think it is. Yeah. Wait, no. Wait. No, this isn't the second one. Wait, is there a second one? I swear there was. Part 2? Oh, there's a second ending. Okay, let's try to get the second ending, I guess. Wait, no, what's the other app? Because it let me full screen. Okay. I think there's just an alter ending. What's the name of this game? It's We Become What We Behold. Apparently there's 2 endings. DY, how about you die? I'll go 100 miles an hour. Little did you know I filled up on gas. I'ma get your fun for making ass. I'm gonna get you like something making ass. DY, how about you die? I'm gonna pulverize your motherfucking ass with my virgin truck. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Oh my god. Blah blah blah. Yeah, get on out of here. I don't know how to get the second ending. Cricky, more crickies. I'm gonna keep on taking. No. I'm gonna keep on taking pictures of crickies. Crickies. Oh, okay. That's not the ending. So I was late, now you're good. Okay, how do you get the second ending? Wait, can I take a TV on TV? Oh! A TV on TV on TV. Now a TV on TV on TV. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I woke him up. I'm so sorry I woke your puppy up. I'm so sorry. Okay, 1 second. How do you get through the second ending? 2. We become what we are 2. Okay. Okay, so you take a picture of him. Ooh, hats are cool. Okay. Never mind, hats aren't cool. We did this. We did this. We did this. Okay, we need him screaming at someone. Okay. 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 Okay, so we gotta make him mad. You just gotta wait. Oh, perfect timing. No? Shut up, Cricket! Oh, 4K HD cameras. 4K HD cameras. Oh, we got them. Okay. Okay. This is just what we did. Don't be scared. This is literally what we did. Whoa, wait, what? I didn't get that. We'll find it out. We'll find it out on our own. Cricket green? Wait, was it? Oh, that was probably important. No, but actually, I thought the cute top hat guy was coming back, and it was just gonna be all jolly holly. But then he fucking takes out a Glock 19 and war. Hey, even more mad people. bad people. Almost everyone hates everyone. Everyone hates everyone. Now the Glocky guy comes. You ready, gang? Dude, he's taking revenge. You ready? Warning! Uh-oh. Guys? No! Stop! Stop! My people! My people! No! 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 My people! My people! My people! You're insane! You're insane! You're insane! See, kids, this is what too much ibuprofen does to you. So make sure not to have a little too much ibuprofen. Or this will happen in your neighborhood. Too much ibuprofen can cause symptoms of diarrhea, shitting, and your mom. Game. You know, ibuprofen causes a lot of problems. Like this. All these people dying because of you. It's your fault. It's on you. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Because you took too much ibuprofen. It's all your fault. Oh, damn. Buy me a coffee, the fuck? Wait, can you actually buy people coffees? Replay this mess. Yo, W game! W game! W game! How does this take 8 minutes? I'm sorry, but like... just some normal peeps. Like, watch. Watch, they're gonna get angry. Like, gang is obviously stressing the video out 8 minutes so we can get that money. Like, gang. Like, how did that take 8 minutes? We just did it so fast. Like, we did that in like 2 minutes. W game, chat, W game. Give me another beer. I'm back from playing it and I think I need therapy. No, don't worry. It's just the cause of too much ibuprofen. You know, ibuprofen can hurt the body. That's why you need to stay hydrated and make sure that your mom is your momming. Signs of abuse from ibuprofen is normally common. I think I'm hilarious. Hurt the body. That's why you need to stay hydrated and make sure that your mom is your momming. Signs of abuse from ibuprofen is normally common. I'm hilarious. Ibuprofen. Wait, gang. Okay, wait. Okay, are we ready? Okay, that should do it. We just need the music. We just need the music. Song. Like, what song do they use? My head, wait. Ready?
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
Do you
have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache. Okay, are we ready? Dun, 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 dun. Are we ready, folks?
Well, let's
Are we
say
ready?
This is you.
Sing it all day long.
Are we ready?
You the words, then you can sing.
Ibuprofen can I messed it up already. Okay. Your risk of faith, heart attacks or strokes. Do not use this medicine and just before or after or heart bypass surgery, quarantine, allergies, bypass graft, or CABG. Ibuprofen may also cause stomach or internal bleeding, which can be fatal. These conditions can occur without a warning while you are using medicine, especially in older adults. Do not take more than your recommended dose of ibuprofen. Overdose can damage your stomach or your inside. Only use the smallest amounts of medicine needed to get a relief from pain, swelling, or fever. Before taking this medicine, you should not use ibuprofen if you are allergic to it. If you have an asthma attack or severe allergies reaction after taking aspirin or an NSAID. Ask a doctor or a paramedic if this medicine is safe to use. If you ever had a heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or if you smoke, a heart attack, stroke, or blood clot, smoking usually, or bleeding, liver or kidney disease, asthma, or if you take aspirin to prevent heart attacks or strokes. Ask a doctor before using this medicine if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. If you are pregnant, you should not take ibuprofen unless your doctor tells you to. Taking an NSAID during the last 20 weeks of a pregnancy can cause serious heart or kidney problems in an unborn baby and possible complications with your pregnancy. How should I take ibuprofen? Use ibuprofen as directed on the label or as a prescription by your doctor. Use the lowest dose that is taking an ibuprofen overdose can damage your lungs or your insides. The maximum amount of ibuprofen for adults is 800 milligrams per dose, or 3,200 mg per day. 4 maximum doses. A child is based on the age of the weight of the child. Carefully follow the dosing instructions proven with children. Ibuprofen is for all ages and weight. If your child asks the doctor or paramedics if you have seen questions, take ibuprofen with food or milk, or listen, stomach upsets. Shake that, blah blah, shake that ass, Wait, when did this start? How much messages? Okay, so now you guys have to speed that up. Now you guys have to speed that up. Now you guys have to speed that up. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. What the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Like, the fuck? What happened to Bluey, gang? Gang, what is this brain rot? Gang! AI as babies.
What is it about Chamberlain University that makes our nursing
Okay, gang.
students so successful? The opportunity to...
This is my happy song. I like to sing it all day.
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
What did I just stumble upon? Okay, let's listen to some nursery rhymes, guys, while we read about ibuprofen. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that. Hello, class! We're gonna be learning about ibuprofen. How much ibuprofen should you take? Okay, guys, are we ready? What are other drugs that will affect ibuprofen? Ask your doctor before using ibuprofen. If you take an analytic spray, taking certain amount of analytic spray with an NSAID, may cause you to bruise or bleed easily. Ask a doctor or paramedic before using ibuprofen. And with any other medicals, especially climb blah 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 blah, my brother. A blood thinner or warfare, come a little blah blah blah, my sister. Heart or blood pressure medication, including direct or water pills or stereo medicines such as this list is not complete. The other drugs may blah blah blah. I'm fucking dead. So class, do we have a fun time learning about ibuprofen, including direct or water pills or stereo medicines such as this list is not complete. The other drugs may blah blah blah. I'm fucking dead. Yes, Izzy, you have to. So class, do we have a fun time learning about ibuprofen, including direct or water pills or stereo medicines such as this list is not complete. The other drugs may blah blah blah. I'm fucking dead. Yes, Izzy, you have to. Okay, someone clip when I was like reading very long. Or 3 as 20 weeks of a pregnancy. I got a headache. Are we ready? Okay. Y'all have to okay. 7 minutes from now, y'all gotta start clipping that. Y'all gotta start clipping that. Thank you. Love you, Pookies. Thank you. My brother. Get out. Get out. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just wanna get out. Get out! Oh, we hit 6,100 subscribers. Oh, guys, I made a community now, so y'all should be able to post. You already clipped it? You already clipped it? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Toaster. Good boy. Good boy, Toaster. Good boy. What the fuck is wrong with me? My brother. Okay. Time to watch this clip. Come on, my brother. Post it. Post it, my brother. Post it. My brother. Post it, my brother. My brother. Post it. Post it, my brother. My brother. Post it. Wait. Yo. Did you draw this? Wait, no way. No way. Wait, did you? Okay, I was gonna say, did you draw this? But it's just like a fan thing. Okay, gang. Okay, guys. Can someone, I'm gonna actually make that into a clip. I'm going to fucking clip that. I am going to fucking clip my own motherfucking self. Cause my brother. Please tell me y'all seen the guy that goes, and my brother. But he didn't have the proper education. Should have been a rice. But he didn't have the money for a keys. Been a politician. Education. What a waste. Army soldier.
Swelling or fever. Before taking this medicine, you should not.
Okay, 1 second, gang.
Do you have any ID
Are we ready? Ibuprofen can.
Okay, gang. I'm gonna start clicking.
Are we ready?
Okay.
I messed it up already. Okay. The risk of fate, heart attacks, or strokes. Do not use this medicine. And just before
You guys might hear that.
heart bypass surgery, warranty, bypass graft, or CA.
My brother.
Cause stomach or internal bleeding, which can be fatal.
My
These conditions can occur without
What music is this? Well, I'm not playing any music, gang.
not take more than your recommended dose of ibuprofen. Overdose can damage your stomach or your intestines.
Okay,
Gang, let's read my edit. Gang, what is this? Let me read my own
okay,
edit.
let's do this one last time. Okay, let's do this one last time, yeah? For real this time. My name is Miles Morales. I was bitten by a radioactive spider for like 2 days. I've been the one and only spider. Wanna get out of here?
Gang, I actually made this way better.
Is Spider-Man down there? I mean,
Gang, should I post my better edit? Gang, this shit was tough though. This shit was tough. TS was tough. No way this guy called me a cornball. Like, gang. TS not a cornball.
After that bad
Joke, she deserved it.
One job.
One Keep her
Shoot him in the
momentum.
dark and kill him if he got too close.
That's 2 jobs.
Like, honestly, I have watched the FNAF movie, but like, I appreciate.
Say
It's giving talking slay.
One vote difference. It's not even rigged. You can't say it's rigged. Look at this kid.
Look at this kid.
How long will this take? I'm kind of.
Yeah, sorry you're hearing that, guys. I'm screen recording my own shit. My shit, though.
My name is Caitlin.
I want to look at like these old shorts.
Oh, we're so sorry to
Hear about your brother that passed away. He gets fucked by booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
There goes your tower.
Wait, how is Miss Sunnybell doing? I haven't like seen. Okay, she's still posting. Good, good. Who? Oh, you can comfort you. Yo! Whose big back was that? Whose big back is this? Game underscore boss?
We're going to take shots until life feels good again.
How to gang. That's actually wild. Okay, gang. I'm just doom scrolling. The fuck am I on? I need to stop. He didn't die for TS. Who didn't die? Okay, guys. I don't need mine. Oh, gang, really?
Hey, kid.
Nah, Good Kid was in a Mr. Beast video.
3,
2, 1. It is now time to reveal the winners. And the winner of the challenge by a landslide were the adults.
Gang, that's so dumb.
And as a reward for you guys staying the entire time, we're going to give each of you $1,000.
Oh, damn. That's actually crazy, gang. Okay. Okay. Gang. Wait. Shall we react to this? Which is more deadlier? Let's react to this.
I have compared every single game in Squid Game.
Okay. So we're reacting to Squid Game versus Alice in the Borderland. Which one's better?
To find out which death game is deadlier. To measure the deadliness of each series, I have compared every game using 3 metrics.
Gang, I've never seen Alice in Borderlands. I don't even know what it
How likely it
is.
is that you will be killed. And this is what I have found out.
W YouTuber so far. I like the way his voice sounds.
In Squid Game, 456 players participate in 6 deadly games to win $40 million. All games are played with their lives at stake. This means everyone is ready to manipulate, cheat, and abuse others.
Dude, this was so sad.
If you
Like,
think Squid Game is deadlier, then leave your vote down
release
below.
my boy Ali back from the
Three friends are
dead.
transported into an alternate world. They need to participate in various death games to survive. If they refuse, they will be killed. Other than in Squid Game though, different games pop up in different locations, and you can participate as you wish. But once you have entered the game, you must play until the end. If you lose or
Oh.
try to escape, a laser will shoot from the sky and punctuate your brain like a pop-up math exam at school on a Monday morning.
Wait, but like
Which
that's
is
not bad.
insane,
You can just
like
choose
the
if you
insane
want.
liquid
If
600
you can choose if you want to play their games or not. That's just
Legends
easy.
is
Just
a
say you don't
game
want
that
to play
lets
any
you
of them.
villains
Then
like have
boom,
feature on
you're
the
out of there.
characters. And now, newly arrived as
How are they death games? You can literally avoid them. I thought this was an ad. I was trying to skip
it. Or the first games that are played are Red Light, Green Light in Squid Game, and Dead or Alive and Alice in Borderland.
Dead or Alive?
In Squid Game,
Huh?
255 players are killed, making it one of the deadliest games.
Not
ever.
200. Oh
As
yeah.
players need to
I thought they
reach the
said
finish line as fast as
455. I was
possible,
like,
they
no.
need to stop moving
No,
whenever the
no.
charming puppet with the big head turns around. If you move while the puppet has turned, or if you fail to reach the finish line within 13 minutes, you are shot dead. Players can push others, hide themselves behind them, or if you are a total asshole, stray sand into other people's eyes. There is no reason to do that, of course, but you know, it is a possibility. There are no rules. The clock is a factor, of course, that makes it more tense, but given the amount of time you have, it isn't too much of a worry. This game is simple.
It's still like pretty
but
long.
absolutely deadly. The death rate stands at 56%.
My only fear though is I would be terrified if like it starts, the first person dies, everyone's running, and then some loser just walks right into me running and hits me, and then I get hit down and I die. I could survive if that wouldn't happen. Like,
In
dang.
Alice in Borderland, the game is much more complex. In Dead or
Oh,
Alive,
sorry.
Group of Five
Sorry,
needs to
Toaster
find a
Sealer.
way out of
I'll
the
try
level.
not to curse.
Each room has 2 doors, of which one means instant death, and only the other means survival. The players go through 8 rooms with each 50% chance of dying. There is also a time limit that makes this extremely demanding. In the first room, it's 2 minutes, in the second, 1 minute and 50 seconds, in the third, 1 minute and 40 seconds, until eventually only 50 seconds in the very last room.
Dang,
Given
that
the
is
tight time
scary.
window and the torching flames that burn you to crisp if you shouldn't make it in time, this game is not just unforgiving, but also extremely taxing.
Wait, they have their
There's
phones?
no doubt that this game is more brutal. and
Easy, just
difficult
call
than
9.
the
Well,
game
they
in
probably
Squid
don't
Game.
have signal.
But given the fact that there was a solution to be found which prevented anyone from dying, means that this game is overall less deadly. This game is simple to play, but complex to figure out. Relatively brutal, but not deadly at all when
Single
sold.
answer.
The death rate stands at
It might not
20%.
be. It might not be.
Game number 2. The second game in Squid Game
Yeah,
is
yeah, we
Season
know how
Breakout
Dalgona
Cookie
works.
with a print
We
off
know how
that is split
Dalgona
out,
works.
meaning there are this
I just want to know how the
relatively
Alice in Borderland
One
games
bonus
work.
fact,
Dang.
the strategy to make the cookie wet was 42%.
Wait. Damn. Wait, you have a higher rate of
Strategy to
passing
make the
than
cookie
red
wet
light, green
was a
light?
strategy that Kwang Dong-hyuk,
Damn.
the
I would die on
has
this.
told himself when he played this as a kid. That is also the reason why he is still alive. Licking cookies compared to the second game in Alice in Borderland is
Oh yeah, I know that he.
unintended. The
Yeah, I
second
know
game
he
is-
voiced Yeah, I know he voiced the fire. I like just found that out. To be honest, like the jokes in like K-pop Demon Hunters kind of corny. Kind of corny.
Second game in Alice in Borderland is Child's Play, pun intended.
Child's
The
Play.
second game in Alice in Borderland is called Tag. 13 players must find the safe zone, which is located inside an apartment, which is
damn.
hidden somewhere among at least 200 fake ones.
Wait, that's
You have only
easy.
20 minutes time, and at the same time
Oh,
must
20
escape
minutes.
a tagger. But the tagger isn't the kid trying to grab your grown-ass ass chasing you, but a horse mask-wearing psychopath armed with a freaking Uzi. I don't know about y'all,
Oh,
but
he got
this
an
is as terrifying as it can get. If all of that isn't enough, though, if they don't win the game within 20 minutes, a huge explosion will rip them to shreds. 20 minutes, well over 200 apartments to check, a chasing horse mask-wearing tagger that shoots first and then asks questions. Yeah, I think this game is one of the sickest, most brutal
An
death games
Uzi
ever.
would be scary,
The
but like
death rate
no
stands at
Uzi, he's
whopping
just like
66.
no Uzi, like he kind of just walk in. Like he's like Michael Myers, like all he can do is like fucking fall and walk. That's all he can fucking do if he didn't. Wait, I'm so sorry. Toaster Sealer, I forgot what you said. Sorry. But, like, it's easy. He'll just trip and fall. But, like, with an Uzi? If someone, how they were, like, hiding with weapons, if someone could get him on the ground, take his Uzi, and just keep it on them, he would be, like, no one would die. Your video's out? Okay, 1 second. We'll finish this video.
The third game in Squid Game is arguably one of the best in the series. 8 groups, each with 10 members, have to play a tough
Yes, we know.
Ever from the bullet the genius solid. Game number 3 in Alice in Borderland is the most brutal game in the whole series and comparable to the next one in Squid Game. The game is played with 4 players. Every person must wear an AR headset, including a collar around the neck. Every headset is fitted with an eye tracker, and the time frame for the game stands at 15 minutes. One of the group is the wolf, the other 3 are lambs. Whoever is the wolf after 15 minutes survives. Every lamb's collar, on the other hand, will explode, giving the surrounding a nice new paint job. To spice up the game even further, every player can choose a weapon at the start of the game, because killing...
Okay, gang. What weapon are you picking? I'm picking the axe. I'm picking the axe. It's just like it's calling to me. I'm picking the axe. My brother. What you gonna do with these? Frickin' chop off his balls? Like, I'm choosing the axe. My brother. I'm choosing the axe. The axe or the saw or this. My brother! What the fuck? Axe! The axe! Yeah, you think I'm gonna just twerk and win by twerking? Like, the fudge. Wait, here, Toaster Sealer. Secret option, AK-47. Toaster Sealer. How about this? Just turn it down, like, kind of low or wear headphones. It's a peak strategy.
Is absolutely allowed.
Like, what you gonna do? Go snip on his balls? That's not gonna work, my brother.
This game, though, the wolf is the one being chased. Whenever the wolf makes eye contact with the lamb will become the new wolf. And if all of that isn't brutal enough, because you probably participate with your friends, the headsets are all linked together with a high-fidelity sound system, meaning every fight that breaks out and every scream that is let loose will ring in the inside of your head as if this happened to you. The rules in this game are very simple, the execution, though, incredible.
I don't get that, though. So, like, wouldn't you wanna make the wolf look at you?
Incredibly difficult, especially if you have chosen to play with your friends. The death rate stands at an incredible 75%, making this game one of the most brutal.
What I would do is, I would look at the wolf, so I become the wolf, so I'm safe right now. I grab my axe, I hide like in a corner. I look down. If I see footsteps, I don't look up. I just start swinging on my axe, and then I just repeat that process. Boom. Like, I know my friends would be there, but, like, my brother. Oh, gulp.
Most deadly games ever played.
That would
Just
be
like
scary.
the last game in Alice, the next game is
Blah, 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 blah. I don't like Squid Game.
Solid 10 out of 10 in brutality. That rate.
I just want to know about Alice in the Wonderlands.
The next game in Alice in Borderlands is called Distance. This is one of the best games in the whole series, with a beautiful twist at the end. Now 5 players must reach the goal within 120 minutes. A counter measures every step taken, and there is just one way to go. There is no competition.
Oh, that's why they
no
have
need
the
to beat
phones.
anything but your own mind. The task is to get to the goal, but where is the goal? Well, it's a very simple game that seemingly tests your endurance. Upon arriving at the end of the highway, though, the characters realize that this wasn't what they were supposed to do. In fact, their counter that started at 0 now stands at 7,000, which implies that they have indeed widened the gap between them and the goal. Now, a huge water flooding would sweep them away whenever the timer reaches 0, and the bus in which all of them started would have been the safest place to be at. Now, if they had walked back a few meters at the beginning of the game, they would have seen a massive graffiti on the other side of the bus, indicating that there is literally nothing more to do than to wait for 2 hours to pass. Thus, this game is by far the easiest to win.
Yeah.
It also does not involve any brutality, at least if we skip the part where a panther has killed a player, but that wasn't part of the actual game.
Oh,
but
damn.
if you want to see what happened, there you go. You're welcome. And so,
Damn.
I conclude
Yeah, death rate
of
0.
0%.
That's just easy.
Let's talk about the future.
I could
of
literally
energy. Join
sleep
me,
through
Chris
that
Hadfield,
game.
on the
But
On
like,
Energy podcast.
I feel like I would be
Same
one of
phone?
those mother shuckers to like walk to the end and then get taken. But like, it's just like a little flood. Like, I know I'll get taken and it'll hurt, but like, I think I still could survive, you know?
Ah, the glass tile game. I had fun.
Blah, 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 blah. Wait,
until
no.
16
It
has to try
I
his luck.
swear it was
One
glass
tile out of every
tiles.
piece of 50
Then.
is 1,100.com.
Marbles.
Till
I'm
math
taking
behind it. I have linked the website in the description.
Blah,
It
blah,
shows
blah.
brutal and depraved dead this. Let's see. This game is called Lightbulb. The question that needs to be answered to survive is, which switch turns on this light bulb? 3 rules are given. First, only one switch of A, B, or Z can turn on the light. Second, you can only
That's
flip
easy.
the switch once while the door is open. Every other time the door must be closed. And thirdly, if the door is closed, you can flip the switches as much as you like and as freely as you want.
That's
Now,
easy.
for a fun challenge, stop the video and
Oh,
try to figure
wait.
it out yourself. For those of you who succeeded, great job. And for those who just want to enjoy...
Wait. Okay, here's my strategy to find out which lever is which. So, I close the door, I lift one of the things, like I pull it down, I wait 10 seconds, I lift it up, I run into the room as fast as I can, I feel the light bulb to see if it was hot, I keep on doing that until I find the light bulb that was hot, and then boom, we found the light bulb.
For those of you who succeeded, great job. And for those who just want to enjoy the show, here is what happens next. So, the 7 players are locked inside this room where the water level rises. Multiple electric endpoints hang from the ceiling, electrocuting anyone who touches them, or is in the water once they make contact with it. Clearly, in this game, it's either a 0% death ratio or a 100% death ratio.
Yeah.
This game is very complex and requires straight-up thinking. Thinking while you are slowly being drowned, only to be shocked to death before. This makes this game very difficult and challenging. However, given the instant death and the teamwork rather than competition, proves that this game is just...
Or I would get one of my teammates to stand next to the
solution
door.
is to either flip switch A, B, or C while the door is closed. Then, wait for as long as you can. Open the door, flip one of the other 2 switches, see if the light turns on, and if not, touch the light bulb to see how hot it is.
See?
The switch you have left out so far is the
See?
right answer. If the bulb is hot, it was the first switch you have flipped. And if the light is
See?
on, then of course the switch that you've just flipped is the right answer. Now in this game, switch A was the right solution, and the death rate unnecessarily
See, they
stands
thinking
at
what I'm
speed
thinking.
and the quickly make now
Okay,
it's
gang.
in head. In terms of difficulty though,
We know
I
it's
guess
Squid Game.
that is a rather subjective question. If you made it to this stage and have to find your childhood best friend though, how would you have solved this problem? Would you have surrendered?
I would say we pick a majority vote, and if we want to end the game, then boom, we split.
Convinced your friend to abolish the game, or would you have charged forward like Maximus? Now, before we conclude this video, let's have a look at the final game of Alice in Borderland. This game
Witch
is
Hunt.
called Witch Hunt. As the name suggests, one person, precisely the one who has killed Momoka here, is chosen to be the witch. This game involves 224 players, and the objective is to
Damn.
find that person and burn him or her in the fire of judgment. The time limit is set to 2 hours, after which, if the witch hasn't been found and burned, everyone dies.
Oh, damn.
Well, death games can't get more deadly than this, can they? Of course, reason
Why
is
is
not
everyone
something
like
humans can engage in easily in
Did like some
life-threatening
where they're just like
situations. So this
250
game, just
people
like in
at
Squid
Tropical
Game, very
Island,
quickly
and
turns
then
into a mass manslaughter where everyone becomes a vicious murderer. There is no doubt that this deserves a flat 10 out of 10 in brutality. The insane plot twist towards the end indicates that this game was incredibly difficult as well, as it turns out that Momokop, the killed character, has committed suicide and thus became the witch herself. Meaning, this game could have been solved without shedding any blood. But given the unknown, but probably insanely high number of people having died here, I assume a death rate of 70%.
damn!
This is the most difficult game with one of the highest death rates.
Gang, it's just like Murder Mystery 2! Stay with a buddy, stay with a buddy, then wait to hear a kill, find who did it, try to catch. What I would do is I would get everyone in groups of 10s. So that's like 5 groups. No, oh my god. Sorry. So I would get in groups of 10, so that's a lot of groups. Then we all go different ways. Then that group, we're all in a line, like a sideways line. So if someone tries to kill, they can't, because they'll get caught right there. So we all walk in a straight line. I'm together with our hands holding each other's hands. And we keep on walking like that. No one kills. We wait till someone kills. We get them. We put them on there. And boom, we win. But if I was in this situation where she did it to herself, I'm cooked. I would be one of the background characters that dies. I would not know what to do.
So, which series is deadlier, Squid Game or Alice in Borderland? Well, to make it short, Alice in Borderland is the clear winner. Here is the complete conclusion for those of you who want to know the details. So, the total points that we have given are the following. Squid Game has received an overall 65 points out of 120, with 49 points for brutality and 16 for difficulty. Alice in Borderland, on the other hand, has racked up a solid 80 out of 120 points, with 39.5 given for brutality and 40.5 points given for difficulty. The overall death rate of Squid Game, though, is higher, with a massive 55% likelihood that you will not make it, versus Alice in Borderland's average death rate of an acceptable 41%. Therefore, although it was a very close match, Alice in Borderlands is definitely the deadlier series. Because if there were hundreds of players participating in these games, the death rate would be much higher. Because clearly, the difficulty of these games far exceeded the ones.
Yeah, I feel like since the less people there are, the easier it would be to win. Because you don't have to worry about too much people.
There were hundreds of players participating in these games, the death rate would be much higher. Because clearly, the difficulty of these games far exceeded the ones.
Yeah, I feel like since the less people. Okay. You're back? Yay. Okay, time to check out what you posted, because I remember you did. You said you would, you said you would, right? You wouldn't lie to me, right? Right? Dang, where's the video of me talking about ibuprofen? Come on, gang gang. Gang gang. Gang gang. You wouldn't lie to me, right? What the fuck? Tough luck! Tough luck. Yes, yes, yes. Lover girl. I can stand the sight of blood.
And look at microscopic germs. What technicolor pachyderm is really too much for me. What an unusual view. I can stand the sight of worms. And look at microscopic germs. What technicolor pachyderm is really too much for me.
swollen and you shall die. I can stand the sight of blood / gore, or look at microscopic blah. I can stand the sight of... I can stand the sight of blood and gore, blah, and listen to lots of creepy stuff and watch horror movies, but thinking of mass murders, it's really too much for me. Behind the scenes of what? Bloodlines? He's chopped? Damn! Okay, gang, are we ready? What are we going to do? It's downloading, Yay! Why is my aunt FaceTiming me? Okay, why is my aunt FaceTiming me? Why is my aunt FaceTiming me? Why is my aunt FaceTiming me? Balls in your jaw. Wait, what? Who said that? They're so silly. Who said that? They're so silly. I don't think it. I said it as a feet. I said that as a joke, but I think it's not. I think. Oh no! I feel so bad. I'm gonna punch myself in the face. What? How? I don't know how to get to communities. I can say the started blood. I look at gore. Blah. How do I like? If I can stand the light of blood. Whoa, wait, there's a second one. Okay, gang, let's watch this for a bit. Well, like, I'm interested in Alice in Borderlands. I had no idea what it is, but it looks like it sounds fun.
If you were
not fun to
into a
be,
parallel
like fun to
world and
watch.
forced to play the most challenging death games that ever existed, what would you do? I'm going to break
What
down
would
mistakes,
you
what you should do, and how to beat every death
Okay,
game
gang,
in
it might
Alice
be a
in
little
Borderlands
cringy,
Season
but
2.
that's fine. We
This
listen
man's
and
going
we
to
don't
risk his life
judge.
to escape this place. Several weeks ago, hundreds of people were transported to an alternate world where Tokyo was abandoned. They were
Hundreds?
forced
I
to
thought
play
it was like a
terrifying
couple.
death games and out of
Ooh hoo hoo. Are you ready? Are we ready? Brokenkin and I messed it up already. Okay, the risk of fame. Heart attacks or strokes. Do not use this medicine. And just before or after, or hard bypass surgery, quarantine, others, bypass graft, or CABG. Ibuprofen may also cause stomach or conditions can occur with alcohol. Especially in older adults, do not take more than the recommended dose of ibuprofen. Overdose can damage the stomach or your only use the smallest amounts of medicine you need to get away from pain, swelling, or fever. Before taking this medicine, you should not use ibuprofen if you are allergic to it. If you have an asthma attack or severe allergies reaction after taking aspirin or an SAID, ask a doctor or a paramedic if this medicine is safe to use. If you ever had a heart disease, high blood pressure, high vitals, diabetes, or smoke. W content. Hi. Oh, you changed your name from your fave Pookie to Moons. I like it.
Arisu here survived 6 different challenges, winning a unique card each time. Since then, the masterminds behind these games have announced there will be a grand finale with 12 more brutal challenges, and if they beat them, they can go back to the real world, but no one has any idea if they're telling the truth. Spotting these massive blimps in the sky, they gather in Shibuya Crossing when its girl Usagi hears something in the distance. That's when the group sees a bunch of cars come driving towards them. They're filled with other players who all get out, hoping to find out what's going on, when suddenly everyone starts getting shot to death. Someone is sniping them with an anti-tank rifle, and the players scatter, running for their lives. Panicking, the survivors head down a main road where dozens of people are trying to escape. The players duck behind—
Man, I feel bad for being the first guy. You pull up ready to play some games. It's so unfair, you don't even get to play the games, you just die.
some cars, but as they're hiding, they see a blimp flying overhead with a King of Spades card hanging from it. The game must have already started without warning, and Arisu takes the opportunity to try rescuing a wounded player, but notices a hooded figure coming straight for them. Realizing it's the King of Spades, he carries the injured man over to cover, but discovers that he's dead, and they have no hope of outrunning the shooter. Suddenly, a car drives up to them, and their ally Kodai tells them to get inside. The team quickly run into the vehicle, but this shady guy Chishiya has to split up from them when a grenade lands nearby. The survivors drive away as fast as they can, and Arisu explains that in order to beat the King of Spades game, they have to kill the gunman. Suddenly, the shooter drives up and starts firing at them. The team is forced to weave through the streets, dodging obstacles and gunfire, but as they're racing away, they end up crashing.
They just don't get. It's just like fucking shooters versus hiders. Like, they don't get nothing.
Gets out. The King of Spades won't stop gunning down anyone he sees. With their lives on the line.
Do girl voice?
Hey boys, stop playing with me.
Okay.
Survivors run away and split up, hiding in a building. Arisu's team makes a plan to stay
What
here
is
for
it,
the night,
Moons?
gathering whatever supplies they can find.
What is it,
heads out with
Moons?
Queen to get them a new car. That night, Arisu and the climber Usagi scavenge for food at a mini-mart. They start feeling nostalgic for the things they experienced before they were taken to this place, and Arisu insists they make it back home. But the woman reveals that her old life is miserable and doesn't want to return. The man insists things can get better, but the woman is too afraid of returning and quickly walks back to their hiding place. The next morning, Arisu comes up with a plan. There are still other challenges that have yet to be played, and whoever these masterminds are probably won't interfere with each other. That means if they join another game, then they won't be gunned down and have a chance to renew their visas for the Borderlands. It's the only way they can survive this place and continue playing. With the group in agreement, they decide to join the King of Clubs game, but it's not going to get any easier for them.
When you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, gang, you're just gambling on how you can die. That's like scary.
Okay, this is already getting insane.
You're like
the size and
gambling to
difficulty of
die?
these games have just increased massively, and we'll have to be even
Yeah,
more
no
clever
shit,
than
the
usual
game's
if we want any
without
chance of
warning.
surviving. Arisu's solution is to join another game and avoid the gunmen altogether. But the problem is that this doesn't really keep them safe. They're still risking their lives in other games, and as long as there's a shooter on the loose, they'll lose precious time they need to strategize for survival outside the death games. It's also important to point out the blimp is constantly moving, which
Sorry,
means the entire
Toast.
Tokyo area is a horrifying danger zone.
I looked
There's
at your
some luck.
post.
I would be focused on killing this guy first, before we advance to the rest
I
of the
looked
games.
at your
And the
post.
best way to do this is to lure the man into a trap. If it were me, I would try to use the
pretty
vertical
sure
space in the
I
city
looked at
to our
your
advantage. Right now, everyone is running away in 2D space, and as long as there are people in front of them to kill, the man won't be looking up, which means we can take him by surprise. If we can throw something on him from above, we might be able to injure him, or at least interrupt his killing spree long enough to tackle him to the ground. As simple as it might seem, even highly advanced urban warfare tactics will use similar
I'm
models for
betting.
luring their enemies into choke points, where the environment works to their
I love
advantage.
dogs.
Working together is our best chance of taking the man down, and that's why I would gather as many people running away as I could, telling them I have a plan, and that everyone should follow me. Then, we sprint as far down the road as we can, taking cover in narrow alleyways of buildings on both sides, where we can lure him in. From there, we move up to higher floors, wait for him to run out of ammo or reload, and throw heavy objects.
W strategy. Chat. Wait, that's actually a W strategy. W strategy. I know my YouTube. Okay. I'll just say lunar. Yeah. Oh, there's two. Okay, don't worry, Lunar. Don't worry, Lunar. Oh my god, I can send you. Oh my Shayla. My Shaylas. Did I see your doggies? Let me look. My Shayla. My Shayla. My Shayla. My Shayla. My Shayla. Where's my Shaylas? Where is my other Shayla? Where is my... By the way, W profile picture. I love it. Where's your doggies? Where's my other Shaylas? I don't see my other Shaylas. I don't see my other Shaylas. Let me send. Okay, my Shaylas. My Shaylas. Well, look at the little Shaylas. We're gonna get more Shaylas. Damn, why bitch is pressing my piano? Wait, guys, let me rap this. Damn, why bitch is pressing my piano? If you think you rap, try to keep up with tempo. I'll be running all this shit like I'm running presidential. I can rap on any beat, just turn on the instrumental. Damn, why bitch is pressing my piano? If you think that you can rap, try to keep up with the tempo. I'll be running all this shit like I'm rapping presidential. While I can rap on any beat, just turn on the instrumental. Posted. Shayla. Shayla, Shayla, my Shayla, my Shayla, my Shayla. Oh wait, I'm not subscribed. The fuck? Why am I not subscribed? Gang, I wasn't subscribed. How could I? I can tell on the side of. I want my Junie back. Yes. We got so much Shaylas. We have so much Shaylas.
Down interrupting his attack. This man is also wearing a cloak, which blocks out the majority of his peripheral vision. For the boss of a King's game, it's a blind spot that he should know better than to allow. And if we turn this into a 3-dimensional battlefield, we can use this against him and win. Later that day, they head to the port and find a sign telling them no weapons are allowed in the arena. Approaching this table full of bracelets, the group is told that 5 people must enter for the game to start, but one of the bracelets has already been taken. Suddenly, a player calls out to them, and they recognize him as Niraki, the traitor from a previous game. He tried to kill them days ago, and they insist they won't play with him, but he reveals he's already put on a bracelet. It can't come off no matter what he does, and with no better options, the others decide to join him. After they put on their bracelets, the group enters the arena to find this giant pole in the center of a clearing, and their opponents come walking out to greet them. Suddenly, this student introduces himself as Huma, the king of clubs, and explains that they are citizens of this world. Sharing the rules, he tells them they have 2 hours to steal the other team's points, and whoever has the most by the end wins. Each side starts with 10,000 points, and must divide them amongst their teammates before the game begins. The first way to gain points is by battling an opponent, and whoever has the most wins 500 points. Players can also link up to combine their points in a battle. The second way is by finding any of the 6 items hidden around the port. Finally, they can gain 10,000 points by touching the opponent's home base. Someone can stay behind to defend the pole, and if that person maintains contact with their base, they can beat anyone in a battle. People who have already
this game is kind of easy.
Base must reset their bracelets by returning to their pole, but if an opponent touches them before then, both people will be shocked. Players will die if their point total goes below 0, or their team loses, and with that, the king walks away.
Yeah, we gotta check those 2 sailors. We gotta see the doggies.
What if you could taste the movies?
We turned that idea into
pizza! Oh, my fat ass want that pizza more.
One movie night we were craving
my
this
fat
chocolate
ass
cake
want
that
that
we saw on
pizza.
screen.
And we said, how cool would it be?
Yo, wait,
to
did
put
you
on an
draw
event
this?
where
Because
people
if
are
you
able
did,
to
this
eat
is
what
actually
they see on
amazing.
screen?
I really like
For
this.
the first event,
Wait, this
we're
is
literally
actually
cooking
really
like
cool.
80 cakes
I
out
like
of the
it.
oven in my apartment.
Ooh,
and
the
running, like,
pizza.
up and
I'm gonna
down
eat
all
that.
night. It was wild.
You having pizza right
Seeing
now?
how
You fucking
successful it
lucky.
was, that's when we realized
Lucky
that this is a
ducky.
real thing.
Lucky
Now we
ducky.
need a real platform.
Lucky
The game
ducky.
begins, and Arisu distributes
Hello.
the total, giving the slowest players
Welcome
the
to
most
the
points
stream.
and the fastest players the fewest, pairing them up to help each other in the game. The defender will stay at home base with the last 100 points remaining. Heading deeper into the arena, Arisu and the martial artist Kuina search for items in the shipping container. Inside, they discover this station, and realizing it's one of the items, the girl quickly presses the button, earning 2,000 points. They turn to leave, but as he closes the door, the King of Clubs reveals himself and challenges them to a battle. The kid is impressed by this guy's confidence and decides to take him on alone, but is surprised to see the king only had 2,000 points on his bracelet. The gamer has gained 500 points, and he realizes the king wants to split the total evenly across his team. By the time they return to base, the group is confident they'll win, but it's about to get a lot more intense. In the second round, the team managed to find an item and earn 1,000 points, but that was their biggest mistake. Kodai realizes that the king has arrived with 3 other team members and has them surrounded. It's clear they're aiming for the pole, and the defender touches it, giving himself infinite points to take one of them out, but they don't care. The men sprint for the home base, and 3 of them manage to touch it, gaining 30,000 points. Their friend has failed to make contact, and he says his goodbyes before a laser kills him on the spot. Okay, this opponent is out of his mind. He's way too comfortable in his own skin,
What the
but with
fuck?
abs like a Greek god, I can't really blame him. Having said that, he's clearly at a disadvantage. All of us are fully clothed, while the leader of their team would be clearly more vulnerable to physical harm. Even the strongest of us would still be somewhat distracted by making sure that certain body parts aren't injured or flopping around. And this kind of multitasking is so baked into the human
the
psyche
fuck?
that he'll inevitably have a harder time focusing on the game with 100% of his attention. Now the good news
Couldn't
is
you
that the
just, like,
opponents
kill
haven't
them?
played this game
Would that
yet,
get
and
points?
Even though they invented it, a real advantage would only come through experience of the game itself. For example, you might think that a board game designer would know every aspect of the game they developed, but they still need to go through hundreds of rounds of player testing to evaluate if the mechanics are balanced. This game has literally never been played before, which levels the playing field massively, and it means we're more likely to win if we look for flaws in the game itself. For starters, I would have the strongest players find an opponent and engage in battle, but regardless of whether we win or lose, we should use our other hand to grab their wrist without letting go, so they can't break free. This keeps us engaged in battle, and then we can try to drag the player to one of these shipping containers against their will. There aren't any rules against physical violence, and if we touch someone a second time, both of us will get shocked. With this in mind, the smartest thing to do is touch the player again inside the container to shock him into submission, have our teammate drag us back out, and lock the doors using Iraqi's belt here. Using this strategy not only removes one of their players from being able to protect their base, but according to the rules, it also sets our playing status to inactive, as counterintuitive.
Lunar, you're eating toast stealer?
Because if
How
all
could
try to
you?
rush in our opponent's base, we can't get killed or we're touched. This one detail can break the game because in the first round, the majority of the players will be expecting to encounter us in the maze and engage in battles instead of defending their home turf. Defense is the least likely strategy early in the game because it's more natural to venture out exploring the game's mechanics. That's why after locking up one of their players, the smartest decision is for everyone to rush to the enemy's base. And if at least one of us is inactive, that person can lead the charge, drawing the defender's attention, which leaves the rest of the players free to touch the pole without risking their lives. With that, Arisu's team returns back to base frustrated by their mistake, and to make matters worse, they only have 1 hour left. They split up to look for items, but
Oh,
as
they
they're
have an
searching,
hour?
their
Damn.
opponents beat them to it. The score difference is growing, and Arisu realizes they're playing like they have too much to lose. Finding courage, the man tells his teammates they should all raid the king's base, and insists they can't be afraid to take risks, or they'll never win. It inspires the others to join in, and with everyone in agreement, they execute their plan. Later, the enemies wait for Arisu's team to show up with the others, but suddenly, the climber appears on top of a shipping container and challenges one of them to come after her. The girl takes off, and Goken here decides to chase the player, leaving 3 people protecting the base. That's when Kuina arrives along with 2 other teammates, making it clear they're going to get revenge. The King of Clubs and his allies touch their home base, ready to defend it before Arisu's team rushes towards them. The martial artist lures her enemy away from the pole, and Arisu baits the king into reaching out for him, realizing too late that he's inactive. The bracelet shock them both, and the men collapse to the ground. That leaves the traitor against the woman, and he quickly spits out a mouthful of blood at her. It gives him the opening he needs to touch the pole, and he manages to reach it before she can stop him, earning his team 10,000 points. Their plan is working, and Niraki here takes advantage of his inactive status, rushing at another opponent to shock him. Kuina makes a break for the pole, but she's suddenly kicked away and loses 500 points from the contact. There's now a 3,000 point difference, and all the enemy team needs to do to win is defend their base until time runs out. Feeling hopeless, the group returns to their base again, and the climber decides to search for the last item. She looks through the shipping containers and manages to find it, earning her team 2,500 points. That means there's now a 500-point difference, and in an act of desperation, Arisu insists he'll return to attack the enemy's home base. They just need to win a single battle to defeat the others, and he rushes away, knowing there's only 10 minutes left before they die. Meanwhile, the climber finds the traitor and insists they work together in a battle, but he's given up all hope and viciously attacks the girl.
What? You're on the same team, gang? Are you trying to lose?
Arisu, who brutally beats him up. Horrified, he brings the girl back to home base, where there's nobody around, and goes looking for the defender, finding the man trying to force the bracelet off of his wrist, but he's not strong enough. The player explains he's carrying 10,100 points on it, and if Arisu secretly carries this with him, he can combine it with his own point total. It'll guarantee they can win a battle, and since there are no rules for removing the bracelet, it should work. With time running out and no better ideas, Arisu sacrifices his friend to win.
God damn.
This is absolutely brutal, but these players are finally playing this game like it's supposed to be played. With their lives on the line, getting your hand injured might be worth the risk if it means winning the game. But if they had
getting your hand injured, I think he's cutting it off.
They realized there was a better option at their disposal. Moments ago, Arisu caught his teammate betraying Usagi, and it definitely means that he's no longer reliable to include in their game strategy. As devastating as this is, it might actually improve their chances of winning, because it means they can use him in ways they would never have considered before. Instead of making the hand of a trustworthy teammate, the smarter approach would be to go and find the traitor and break his hand instead, so that we can pocket his bracelet and use it to win a battle, saving everyone's lives. We already know that Niragi was able to touch the pole as well, so he would have over 10,000 points in his bracelet, giving us more than enough to defeat the King of Spades. This way, we can still use Kodai to defend our home base to the other opponents, while we're looking for someone to defeat with our 8 remaining minutes. Now, there's no guarantee we can corner another player in time to battle them, and with 2 players that are too injured to continue, our chances of pulling off a victory gets a lot more difficult. The good news is that we still have 1 player left who can help us as a contingency while we enact our plan. Kuina here isn't the strongest or fastest player, but she is the most athletic and has the best fighting skills of anyone in the group. The problem is that she has the fewest amount of points among anyone let's play, but this is exactly why I would have her defend the base instead of Kodai. She would be able to use her agility and martial arts movements to defend multiple attackers, just in case they try touching the pole again to seal their victory. Even though Kodai here is injured, he would be able to use his 10,100 points more effectively to help us corner our opponents within the maze so that we can trap someone into losing a battle. Kodai manages to remove his bracelet and Arisu runs to confront the King of Clubs. He finds the man watching the harbor and tells him that he's given up, asking the man to shake his hand. The guy warns him that he'll lose the battle and get killed, but the kid insists he wants to die with honor by facing a worthy opponent. Seeing this, the kid decides to grant Arisu's last request, and they shake hands as men, but that was his biggest mistake. They enter a battle, and he sees that the kid has 14,950 points in his bracelet, making him the winner. The plan worked, and the player earned exactly what he needed to win. The King of Clubs has been defeated, and Arisu takes the opportunity to ask if they'll return back to the real world by winning every game, but the man simply tells him that he was a former player too, and should trust his instincts. With that, the game ends, and every single member of the enemy team gets shot, making that 1 game down with 11 more to go.
11 more? Dang.
This man arrives at a prison and puts a metal collar around his neck, before walking upstairs to join several other players who have gathered for a game. That's when a monitor turns on, welcoming them to the Jack of Hearts challenge called Prison Cell, as it breaks down the rules. All they have to do is guess what card suit has appeared on the back of their collars, but they're not allowed to see it themselves, and have 1 hour per round to figure it out. They must then enter a prison cell, and say out loud which suit they think they have, but players who guess wrong will be eliminated. The suit will change every
Gang,
round,
you
but
can
there's
just
one
ask
twist.
someone.
The Jack of Hearts is playing the game among them, and in order to beat the game, they have to get him eliminated. They're not allowed to use violence to kill people, and with the rules out of the way, the players start splitting up to find out what's on their collars. This player approaches the shady guy Chishiya, asking him for help, and the man points out he shouldn't trust strangers so easily. He then directs his attention to this couple in the hallway, deducing that they're in a close relationship and have a good chance to stay alive. That's when he spots these 2 guys talking. The man with the blue jacket starts psychoanalyzing the player before insisting they team up. Relieved, the guy accepts, and neither of them realize they're hiding terrible secrets. That's when this girl approaches the shady guy and the stranger, asking if they want to work together with her team. They agree, and the group starts revealing each other's suits before they finally enter their cells for the round to end. As soon as Chishiya walks
No, but I would have trust issues, gang. I would have trust issues. Cause like, what if one of my, like, the people that I meet, they just lie and say that it's that, and then I get in the room and I'm all happy. I'm like, yes, I might be going, I might be going home.
door locks shut behind him and he guesses diamond. The man has gotten it right, and everyone walks out of their rooms with no casualties as the second round starts. The team is about to reveal each other's suits again when someone gets thrown across the floor, and this gangster walks away, demanding he tell him what he has. Suddenly, the strange man approaches the player, whispering in his ear to lie about his card suit, and he follows his instructions, telling the gangster he's got clubs. As soon as the man leaves, the girl approaches the guy and invites him to join her group, not knowing that she's one of the most dangerous players of them all. Okay, this is already terrifying. We have nobody inside this game we can trust, and to make things worse, we aren't allowed to see our own colors. That means even if we figured out how to create a mirror to see the suit on the back of our necks, we would get eliminated from the game. The only way to play is by trusting others, and if you've seen pretty much any video on this channel, you would know that this is easily one of my weakest character traits. That being said, the game won't stop until either all the players are dead, or the Jack of Hearts does. And with this in mind, the smartest approach here is to work
She's the Jack of Hearts. She's the Jack of Hearts.
Now, the Jack of Hearts isn't going to rock the boat if he doesn't have to, because telling the truth keeps us here longer, and it's playing right into the mastermind's hands. The good news is that we can actually use this against him. That's why if it were me, I would wait until enough people have been eliminated, so that when there are fewer players, we can work together to identify the Jack. Instead of splitting up into groups and pairs to find out what our suits are, I would propose that we use the hour we have in between rounds to interrogate each person as a group, trying to catch someone in a lie. This effectively turns the scenario into a werewolf game, where the goal is to find the killer hiding among us as a team. This might sound incredibly risky, but the major difference between this and the actual werewolf game is that we aren't forced to kill someone in each round. We could all agree to tell each other the truth about our colors as a group, and wait until we have more confidence that we've identified the Jack. Since several rounds would have passed at this point, we would also get insight into each of these players' interactions with
You
others.
keep on
And if there was
eating
anything
yourself,
sketchy that was
Toast
said or
Stealer. You
done,
keep on
we would hear
eating
about it.
yourself.
Having access to more brain power and forming a consensus on who might be acting the most suspiciously allows us to put that person's life to a vote. It's obviously risky, because if players believe that we're the Jack, it could backfire hard, but we'd still have the chance to defend ourselves, and the worst case scenario
I don't
still
know,
gives
maybe
a
soon,
25% chance
soon.
of guessing our suit. As the next round ends, the players see that the gangster has been eliminated, but things are getting tense. The girl convinces her teammates that only the Jack of Hearts would lie like this, and convinces them to get the man eliminated. When they go back into their cells, the man trusts his teammates and guesses spades, but he suddenly explodes. With round 4 starting, the group realizes he wasn't the Jack of Hearts, but the girl keeps manipulating her teammates to take on the competition. By the 9th round, there's only 10 people left, and the others are starting to get nervous that she'll turn on them soon. The girl asks her teammates what her suit is, but that was her biggest mistake. At first, this man is about to say diamonds, but corrects himself, insisting it's a heart. Suspicious, she heads to the cells and tells her followers they'll need to get rid of him since he's untrustworthy. It's too much for the players to handle, and they agree to betray both of them. But by the 13th round, the players have all turned on each other, leaving only 5 people left, and one of them is the Jack of Hearts. Having lost his teammate, Shishio approaches this kid and reveals that his partner is Sunato Banda, an infamous serial killer who was sentenced to death row, and accuses the man of being the Jack of Hearts. Only he can end the game by tricking the Jack, and proposes they reveal what suit is on each other's collars, but the player walks away, lying that Shishio has hearts. Later, the woman walks over to the supply room where Shishio approaches her, and asks if she can reveal his suit. The player doesn't say anything, too paranoid to trust him, and the shady guy tells her she has a heart. He then asks if he has a club, but she refuses to answer and leaves the room. He's planted the seeds of doubt in her mind, and it's clear to Shishio that the Jack of Hearts will make a move this round to end the game.
He's
but
the
there's
Jack
no
of Hearts,
guarantee he'll
actually.
survive.
Can Stonyfield organic yogurt with high-quality ingredients and no harmful pesticides save the world? Maybe not, but it could.
At the end of the round, the players all go into their cells, and an explosion echoes throughout the building. That's when the kid walks out of his room, seeing that no one else has left yet, and celebrates his survival. He betrayed his teammate and outsmarted all the others, but then Shishio walks out of the cell. He managed to guess his suit correctly, and accuses the kid of being the Jack of Hearts. His partner then exits the cell, revealing he knew the kid was up to something, and the businessman steps out of his room, explaining he teamed up with this guy in the previous round. That way they can tell each other what their suits were and survive. Now that they've identified the Jack of Hearts, the two men throw him into a cell to interrogate him about the rest of the games. With that, Shishio walks out of the prison as the blimp explodes behind him, making that 2 games down with 10 more to go. Okay, this man played the game masterfully. Even when he lost his partner, he still managed to figure out what his suit was by turning others against each other and using deductive logic to make the best guess possible. Now, despite playing this game like a total badass, there were still better ways to keep more people alive, because he should have been a lot more active in fishing
I think fucking no one should have lied. Like, they should have stopped. It's like, it's not like Squid Game. Like, if this game was in Squid Game, there would be way more lying. But, like, in this, like, you know you're not gonna get money for each time someone dies. You need more people alive. Like, I get it, it eliminates competition, but so does it gives you the higher chance of having liars, you know? Like, why?
Harder what my soup was, but then made sure to ask others the same question. By doing this, we'll be able to confirm which players are more willing to lie, helping us narrow down the most likely suspects to identify the mastermind. The Jack of Hearts is probably going to be the most dishonest player of anyone, because his survival is dependent on everyone else dying before him. We also have good reason to think the mastermind is a man, because he's representing a male face card. With this in mind, I would tell all women the truth about their suits, and focus on eliminating any men who are showing suspicious behavior as a priority. If we tell the women our strategy, they'll also...
What I would do is I would look for the people who are lying to other people. So, like, I would stand behind the guy that's looking behind the girl that's telling her she has the clubs, but she actually has hearts. Like, then... Hi, Shedletsky!
More likely to trust our intentions and reciprocate by telling us our suit as well. For this same reason, I would make sure my game partner was a woman so I had less to worry about. If their story isn't adding up, it's because they can't focus well enough to invent it. It might reveal that they've been lying this whole time. In another part of the city, Karina gets ready to leave the team, explaining she needs to find their other friends so they'll have allies to take on the King of Spades. It's her best bet for survival, and insists she'll find them again before heading out. Later, Arisu and the clan go hunting for food, but as they're enjoying some time safe from harm, they suddenly hear a strange sound in the distance. They go check it out and discover a survivors camp full of dead bodies. Investigating a camper van, they find film stock has been collected inside and decide to take a look, discovering one of the players was recording his experiences here. That's when the film cuts him arriving at the settlement and interviewing a woman who remembers how everyone arrived in the Borderlands. She's about to tell them, but before the woman can finish her sentence, the King of Spades kills her and everyone else that was living here. Suddenly, everything in the camper van starts to shake, and when the players look out the window, they see the blimp flying overhead. It's the King of Spades, and he's returned to finish them off. They quickly make a run for it and head for the nearby forest, but the gunman is catching up. There's no way for the woman to escape, so Arisu steps out of hiding and distracts the man before leading away from his friend. He ends up slipping down a hill, and just as he's about to get killed, someone shoots at the King of Spades. Seizing his opportunity, the man
run, buddy, run!
Somebody swings their bow straight at his face, and he blacks out. That night, he wakes up next to a campfire and sees someone approaching in the distance. It's the archer who knocked him out, and she explains he would have died if he kept running. The girl says her ally insists on rescuing him, and when the man walks into the dark, he realizes it's the soldier from the previous game's Agony. Arisu asks him what he's doing out here, and the man reveals he's trying to kill the King of Spades. Terrified, the player argues it's impossible, but the soldier is confident that with some clever planning, he can win. Later that night, the group are waiting in their ambush spot, where the King of Spades has found them. He's about to shoot Arisu, but the soldier launches a flare, blinding the king, and guns him down. The guy collapses, but suddenly gets back up, firing back at them. The players work together to try luring them towards the cliff, but then the king throws a grenade, and Arisu is sent tumbling down into the river below. The next morning, he climbs out of the water and makes it back to shore, heading towards the city to look for his friend. But as he's searching, a blimp falls out of the sky. Someone has beaten the Queen of Diamonds, and that makes 3 games down, with 9 more to go. Meanwhile, Usagi has been looking for Arisu, but needing to fill her visa, she joins the Queen of Spades game. A bunch of other players have gathered.
Wait,
and
why is there a location?
Arisu is here too. They're relieved to see each other, but that's when the monitor turns on and are told they'll be playing checkmate. 2 teams will take turns trying to tap a button on their opponent's harnesses. Anyone who's been tagged must join the other team, but will be unable to move until the next round begins. After 16 rounds, the team with the most players gets to survive, and with that out of the way, the players prepare for the fight of their lives. Okay, this is now my cup of tea. The objective is to sprint after your opponents to convert them until we get the most players on our side. But for someone who takes running, this game is going to suck big time. The good news is that we already outnumber them 4-16, and as long as we play this the right way, we have an immediate advantage. Now, the Queen's team will continue playing this chapter.
I feel like I would stay on my team. I keep an eye on the teams, and when it hits like 5 minutes, the team with the most players, I'll run up to one and they'll hit me, and then I'll get on that team and then I survive.
Keep their lives in the process. That means the larger her team gets, the more our teammates will want to get converted to stay on the winning side. We need to prevent this from happening at all costs. So if we have foolproof strategies to convince them they won't lose, it will make them more loyal to the cause. The first strategy we should encourage is splitting up from the rest of the pack, moving to different levels, and running by yourself. Having too many people congregating in one space will make it easier for our opponents to tag us, and all the foot
Wait,
traffic
does
in
it
a small
hurt when you get tagged? Because they're acting like they're getting, like, tased.
area will make it harder to escape from anyone chasing us down. Next, instead
Bye.
of running around
Bye,
without
Toast
thinking, we should make sure to
Junior.
use our environment as effectively as possible. If you're looking closely, you'll notice there are tons of shafts,
Oh, do they
vents,
just
and bars
die?
that could be used to hide in plain sight. With only 5 minutes on the clock, most people will be trying to blitz their opponent on a
Oh, so it starts at 5 minutes. So I would do
This
too.
means even if they spot you somewhere that's harder to access, they likely won't be willing to waste the time it would take to climb and reach you. Something else they should consider is wearing the harnesses backwards, so that you can use your arms to block someone from reaching in and tagging you. This way it will be virtually impossible to get converted by someone who's chasing you from behind, and if anyone corners you in, they'll basically have to pin you down before they can hit the button on the target. The truth is, we should have this game in the bag.
Check out how this app helped me buy whatever.
Wait, does it hurt when you get tagged?
So you can get
Dang,
what you want.
y'all gotta tell me in the chat.
With only 4 players against 16, as long as we split up and don't give them convenient ways to tag us, then all we need to do is wait out the clock each round and win by default. The first round begins and the blue team scatters throughout the facility, but after 5 minutes of playing, there are only 11 people left on their side. Arisu thinks they can easily turn it around, but then he learns the queen is using force to stop anyone from converting her teammates. It's a dirty tactic, and after several rounds, the blue team is quickly outnumbered with only 6 people left. In the 10th round, Arisu finds one of his converted teammates, but the man quickly runs away. They're running out of time, and in round 13, Usagi gets into a fight with the queen, but it's clear she doesn't stand a chance. The woman makes it clear she only cares about converting Arisu, but she has no idea this will be her biggest mistake. Escaping the fight, Usagi manages to find her friend and leads him through the facility until she ambushes 3 players, converting them before they can escape. She confronts them, arguing that by staying on the queen's side, they're doomed to play this game forever. Their goal should be returning to the real world, and with 2 more rounds remaining, it convinces them to risk their lives, helping Arisu take back the lead. He runs through the facility until he's cornered by his opponents, but just as they reach for him, he grabs into a chain. Usagi quickly pulls down on him with a teammate, lifting the man into the air, and she makes a mad dash for her enemies to convert them. They manage to make a crazy comeback until only the queen is left, and against all odds, they've won the game. Later, the woman congratulates them for making it to the end, but Arisu wants to know if they can ever make it back to the real world. The woman tells him he'll get his answer once he beats the final game, and she's killed by the laser, making that 4 games down, with 8 more to
Damn,
go.
see, like,
the
that's
next
an
morning
easy
across
game.
the city, 4 players have gathered at the Supreme Court building.
Duh, look at their face. Oh, wait, I realized. So they have to stand there until the next game starts. So no one died until, like, the end of the game. I got it, okay. They were probably just, like, really tired and, like, they were just, like sitting
Face
there.
off against the King of Diamonds. That's when a monitor turns on, announcing they will play a game called Balance Scale, and breaks down the rules. Within 3 minutes, the players must choose a number between 0 to 100, and the average will then be multiplied by 0.8. Whoever's guess is closest to the result wins the round, while everyone else will lose 1 point. If a player reaches negative 10 points, then they will be eliminated until there's only a single survivor left. But every time someone is knocked out of the competition, a new rule is introduced. With that, round 1 starts, and after everyone submits their answers, 32.8 is the average of their guesses, equaling 26.24 as a result. The King of Diamonds is the winner, making it clear that this game is hard to beat. But suddenly, this man notices the giant scales above them are being filled with sulfuric acid, and once they reach negative 10 points, they'll tip over and melt the loser. In round 2, players realize that choosing anything higher than 80 is useless, and decide to go low, with the resulting number is 13.28, meaning the King of Diamonds wins again. With the results analyzed, the players realize the logical move is to choose 0, but when the results come in, it reveals the shady guy chose 100, while the woman has selected 1, bumping the output number to 16.16. That means she's won, and now has negative 3 points. Okay, this game is absolutely terrifying. Every person here is a genius in one way or another. Shishia even recognized the game designer as a founding member of the beach community in the last
Yeah, I'm dying on this game.
It's clear we need to think outside of the box if we want to win. Now, the man made a genius play by
Dang,
choosing
I would just
when
wanna
everyone
die.
else
Like,
thought would pick
when the
0.
shootings
This is the
start,
same
I'm
game,
just gonna
because everything
sit
here is
there
about calculating
and be
the
like,
average by
kill
predicting
me
what everyone
already.
else
I know I ain't surviving this. I don't even wanna survive this.
Multiplied by 0.8. With this in mind, by abandoning all rational decision making, all of these clever players will have a harder time predicting his next move to base their answers on, pushing everyone closer to death. Now, unfortunately, if math or reading poker faces isn't your strength, the game is a lot more difficult to win. But there still might be something the average player can do to beat the odds fairly. If you look here, you can see that we've all been strapped down into our chairs, and it's reasonable to assume the chairs themselves are bolted into the floor as well. The good news, however, is that our upper bodies are completely free to move, and that's why if it were me, as a contingency plan, I would make sure to to lean forward so the burning acid hits my straps first, while ducking our heads underneath the table for added protection. This way we'll know when the straps give way because the gravity will pull us further down and manage to break free. We'll definitely get burned in the process, but protecting your head and vital organs is a no-brainer, and it might be the only way to gain the upper hand if it looks like we're going to lose. If we manage to break free, it would also allow us to climb up the mastermind's pole, tip his scales, and burn him to help everyone else win as well. Killing someone directly isn't explicitly mentioned in the rules, and we can't leave the Borderlands without winning, so it's a risk I would be willing to take. By the time round 10 arrives, the math genius and the other man have got -9 points, meaning they'll get melted to death if they pick the wrong number. With the pressure mounting, the players make their choices, and the King of Diamonds wins again. Suddenly, the scales tip over and spill the acid onto the men, who can't escape from their chairs. It's a horrifying way to die, and the computer announces that 2 new rules will be introduced. If 2 or more players pick the same number, their choice will no longer be valid. Secondly, players will lose 2 points if they guess exactly the right number. It's a brutal punishment, and the game continues with all of them selecting 0, meaning they all lose the round. On the next turn, Shishia chooses 23, and when the results come in, the output number is 22.93, meaning he's gained a point while the others have lost 2. The woman now has -10, and there's nothing she can do as the acid pours over her body. Her death makes the lawyer introspective, and he muses that life is unjust. That's when the announcer explains that a new rule will be added, stating that if someone chooses 0, then their opponent will win by selecting 100. The player admits there's only 3 ways he can win now, and decides to learn more about why the King of Diamonds invented this game.
Ads are boring. Boo ads! Can we get a boo
The man
ads in
reveals
the
that he doesn't know
chat?
how people can decide the value of human life.
Azar,
and
how
that's
do you
what he would do with a
feel
limited supply of
about
life-saving medicine,
friends
but
on
had to
Roblox
choose
being
between
changed to
a normal
connection?
country or
I fucking
a
hate
waiting
it.
list. Shishia
I
answers
fucking hate
first
it.
given to those
I
without
fucking
money, and the King of
fucking
Diamonds
hate
is
it.
impressed with his
I
answer.
hate
The
it.
player decides to force the man into a decision, revealing that he selected 100 on his tablet. Considering his options, he presses one of the buttons and the results are announced.
I hate-
Shishia is the winner as the King of Diamonds has selected 0, and he repeats his actions in the next round until both of them have -9 points. The final round will determine who survives, and the player reveals he selected 100 yet again, daring him to die for his ideals of fairness. The man makes his decision, selecting 0 again, and that means the King of Diamonds has lost. The acid is poured over his body, and that makes 5 games down with 7 more to go. Meanwhile, other survivors have competed in the remaining games and managed to overcome the challenges as the blimps explode. They've been the Queen of Clubs, the Jack of Clubs, Jack of Spades, the Jack of Diamonds, the King of Hearts, until the only games left are the Queen of Hearts and the King of Spades. That makes 10 games down with only 2 more to go.
Oh, I kind of want to
Okay,
see
this
that
guy
again.
just got lucky as hell. It's obvious that this mastermind is very intelligent, but what nobody else realized was that the way to win here is to play the player instead of the game. In this case, by striking up conversations and finding out more about the King of Diamonds, he realized that this man is a lawyer who sees the world as unfair and wants to put it right. This also means that he's racked with guilt because he successfully defended people who should have been punished. And if we had tapped into this earlier, we would have had an easier time beating him at his own game. Now, after the woman died, Shishio realized there were only 3 ways to win. The first is by selecting 100, while his opponent picks 0. Finally, if he guesses 0, but his opponent picks 1, then the final result will be 0.4, which is closer to 0. These are very difficult odds to win with, because it's almost impossible to predict what someone will choose, unless you try to manipulate their thinking first. That's why I would try to simplify the game, and force my opponent to play his perception of me, rather than playing the odds. So far, Shishi has done everything to demonstrate that he's an honest and straightforward person. Even in a game with his life on the line, he stayed calm and hasn't lied to stay ahead. In fact, he even sacrificed points by choosing 100 in earlier rounds to bring the average up for the sake of the group. With this in mind, instead of showing the man my choice, I would lie, telling him that I'm going to choose the number 100, but secretly choose 0, and make him decide whether or not I'm lying. This forces the lawyer to base his own decision on whether or not he thinks I'm dishonest, which makes the outcome more predictable. As long as he isn't giving up, he won't pick 0, and the man will likely lose the game. This would also exploit the King of Diamonds' obsession for fairness, because the Statue of Justice is always blindfolded, and we could tell him that this strategy is symbolic of his cause. In the city, Arisu heads to Shibuya where the remaining players have started gathering, when Shishio finds him. The man tells him that he heard all the players are gathered in this district, and predicted he'd come here. It's relieving to see a friendly face, and the survivor's about to say more when someone shoots him. Turning around, Arisu sees Niragi approaching, and he insists they have a shootout between the 3 of them. They're all outcasts of society, and with his injuries getting worse, he'd rather go out on his own terms. It sounds insane, but the man tosses the shady guy a gun, and he agrees to play along. With that, the game begins, and the players take cover behind some cars. The traitor insists they come out of hiding, but Arisu refuses to participate, and argues they don't have to do this. That's when the climber walks into view, having gone word about her boyfriend, and the traitor aims his gun at her, He pulls the trigger just as the player shoots him in the chest, and the woman realizes that their friend Chishia took the bullet for her. Terrified, they check and he insists they'll be okay, but they're interrupted when a blimp flies overhead. The King of Spades has arrived, and the survivors notice a crowd of people running for their lives. Deciding to check it out, they spot their friends in the distance and reunite, knowing they have to kill the shooter to survive. Suddenly, the gunman starts coming their way as the group scatters and runs out of there as fast as possible.
How?
They regroup down the road and take cover inside a building where the archery girl finds them. She's come here along with a soldier to kill the King of Spades, but they've only got so many weapons. The martial artist remembers she has a homemade grenade that Chishia gave her, and Arisu suggests he fill a nearby drugstore with aerosol fumes before luring the King of Spades there. That way they can set off the gas using the bomb and kill him. With the plan in mind, the group distracts the gunman and lure him into an alley, while Arisu starts filling the drugstore with aerosol spray. As soon as the man gets close enough, they quickly ambush him, and it seems like the first step of their plan is working, but then, he manages to take down two of their teammates. It makes the soldier furious, and he fights the man head on. He disarms the killer, but is quickly overpowered, until the others come to his rescue. The women try their best to kill him, but they're no match for him, and the man leaves all the survivors bleeding out on the ground, struggling to stay alive. That's when Arisu comes out of hiding and tries to shoot the killer down, but misses. With the situation looking hopeless, he decides to taunt the man into chasing after him, and runs into the pharmacy. He waits for the King of Spades to fall for his trap, and the man is about to open the door, when Agony suddenly tackles him. The soldier insists his teammate pull the pin on the grenade, and the two of them jump out of the store window as the man shoots the bomb, setting off a huge explosion. Later, they wake up exhausted, but Agony is too injured to continue. With no other options, Arisu sets out for the final game, and spots his girlfriend in the distance. While he checks on her, the King of Spades' blimp explodes and falls out of the sky. They've killed the shooter, making that 11 games down with only one more to go. Arisu arrives at the building where the Queen of Hearts is waiting for them with his girlfriend, and they find the woman sitting at a table with their croquet set prepared for them. The woman welcomes them to their next challenge called croquet, and she reassures them it doesn't matter if they win or lose the game itself. The only way to beat the challenge is to play 3 rounds without quitting, and whoever gives up first loses. It's suspicious, but Arisu decides to play for the both of them, and the first round ends with the Queen winning.
Stupid fucking ads!
They continue
and like
into the
they
next
said
round
they would
with
bring
no
the
set of any
oof
tricks or
sound back,
traps,
but they
there's a
never
problem.
brung
His
the
girlfriend
oof
is bleeding
sound
out from her wounds, and if this challenge doesn't end soon, then she's going to die. Okay, this is suspicious as hell. Nothing about this woman looks like she can be trusted, and it's clearly far too simple to assume that there isn't something horrifyingly dangerous hiding beneath the surface. We need to figure out what this woman is up to, but if I'm being honest, Arisu here should have expected something like this before he ever stepped foot into the building. This is a Hearts game, and from what we've learned in the past, these can often be the most brutal. In the 7 of Hearts game, it tested who would be willing to die for their friend, while in the 10 of Hearts game, it tested how people will start accusing each other instead of critically examining the evidence. Both of these deal with the subject of trust, and if last time I got all of his friends killed, it's enough to make you second guess bringing your girlfriend into the game with you. We also should consider that with only a single game left, there isn't any urgency to beat it except for Usaki's bleeding wound. With this in mind, Arisu is making a horrible mistake by rushing into the game to save her, and it would have been much smarter to take your time, find her medical supplies, and treat her wound properly first. Then, I would leave the girl behind in a safe place and venture off to play the game without her. Fighting for survival while worrying about your dying girlfriend's health is a major distraction, but we also don't want to face the last death game completely alone. That's why I would then find as many strangers as we can to help us play, because the more brainpower we have at our disposal, the more likely we are to succeed. Now, nobody would have expected the last game to be croquet, but since they're all strangers, they're also expendable, and I would even encourage others to play first so we can learn from their mistakes. The only rule is to complete 3 rounds without quitting, and with more players involved, we'll be able to figure out what dangers are lurking beneath the surface, giving everyone the best chance of beating her and returning to the real world for good. After the second round, they stop for a break, and the Queen of Hearts pours them a cup of tea, but Arisu wants to know if they can return to the real world after beating this game. The woman only taunts him, making fun of his situation. Furious, Arisu aims his shotgun straight at her head, but realizes this was a trap. The rules say someone loses when they give up, but since she will never quit, killing her will make the game impossible to beat. Recognizing his restraint, she decides to reveal that this world doesn't exist, and is actually a coping mechanism in his mind, created after a traumatizing accident. All the games he's played are all derived from his memories, and and the Queen of Hearts is actually his psychiatrist. That's when he starts to snap out of it and sees the world as a doctor's office. He starts to remember that on the day of the fireworks, his friends got run over by a car, and he's been suffering survivor's guilt ever since. The woman insists that these games are linked to his own sense of self-worth, and he begins to break down in tears. That's when Usagi suddenly walks into the office, insisting he wake up, but the woman tells her to leave him alone, and asks the man to confirm if he wants to quit the game. The queen tells him to take his medicine, and he's about to ingest it, but Usagi knocks it from his hands. Suddenly, he finds himself back in the tunnel, and sees his girlfriend bleeding out. Usagi starts to lose consciousness, but she fights through the pain, and the man reaches out to take her hand, gaining his second wing. He refuses to give up and breaks out of his hallucination to finish what they started. Arisu continues to play, and after 3 rounds pass, the woman congratulates him for winning. With that, a laser shoots down from the sky and kills her, making that 12 games down with no more remaining. Fireworks suddenly launch to the sky, announcing that all the challenges have been completed. But now the survivors must decide if they want to stay here as citizens of the Borderlands. Arisu and Usagi refuse the offer, and suddenly the fireworks vanish as the man wakes back up in Tokyo, surrounded by the debris of the city. A comet had fallen from the sky and crashed, leaving it in ruins, and everyone who was there at Shibuya that day was sent to the Borderlands, where their lives are in the balance. Several days later, Arisu is recovered from the hospital where his younger brother greets him, and reveals that his heart stopped beating for 1 minute. It happened to everyone who survived the impact, but no one can clearly remember their experiences in the Borderlands. Arisu decides to get himself a drink, but as he's taking his bottle, he comes face to face with Usagi. He helps the woman get her change and hands it over, but suddenly feels like they've met before. The woman suggests they get to know each other better, with no idea they're entering a new death game called Love. But what do you think? How would you be?
They're entering a new death game. Yeah, gang, Love is a death game, guys. Don't fall in love with someone. I'm joking. Love is great. Like, what the fuck? Love is amazing. Guys, I think I'm gonna end stream. Bye-bye. My back hurts. I've been too much on screens. Bye-bye.